What's up, y'all? What's poppin'? It's D. About to react to this video by Sebastian Williams. This is new text messages exposed. Jeffree Star manufactured the James drama. Something else happened. I just reacted to Jeffree Star and Trisha little drama, but you know, I'll probably put that up tomorrow because this is some new tea. So apparently Jeffree Star was behind the scenes pulling some little strings, you know, surrounding the whole James Charles drama. Interesting. Am I surprised? No, I am not. But let's get all the details. Let's watch.
Another day, another drama. What's up, guys? I'm Sebastian Williams, and welcome back to another episode of Keeping Up with the Beauty Gurus. Now, we are back with another episode of the Jeffree Star Show. I know it is crazy, and he's been on my channel so much, but literally more receipts are coming out every single day, and I'm barely keeping up, y'all. So I'm going to expose everything like always. But I think it's important to look at the overview and just see what is going on. As you guys know, in February of 2019, Jeffree Star said that he had James banned from his house. Now, you guys probably know, but he said that Nathan felt very uncomfortable and therefore they decided to actually ban James Charles from their house. Now, according to Cameron Lester, which was exposed in his Instagram stories, on March 10th of 2019, Shane and Jeffree were talking about James Charles on FaceTime in a hotel.
And I remember Shane Dawson called and he was going off about James Charles and something and telling just cursing James out, and I was just like kind of taken back because I've never seen Shane Dawson like that. And he was just going in on James, and I was like, oh, is there there's something like brewing, there's something going on with James and Shane and Jeffree.
And Cameron also confirmed that Jeffree Star was talking about James Charles in a negative way and that he felt like Cameron couldn't be friends with James if he was friends with Jeffree.
And manipulating you so you can stay quiet, so you will never speak your truth, so you won't talk about that situation in the hotel that Shane was going off and cursing out James and on FaceTime with Jeffree.
Now, on April 21st of 2019, so this is just over a month later, Jeffree Star tweeted that he misses James so much and that he can't wait to see James again.
Yeah! People be fake!
After Seattle, yes. Me and Nate were very uncomfortable with some things that had happened. We were kind of getting distant from James, and we really weren't on the same vibe.
Then on April 29th, he privately told drama channel Ashley Kyle that James looked like a demon and was evil and would get exposed. Ashley Kyle came out with a video called I Was on Jeffree Star's Payroll.
There are so many dark things that are going to come to light soon, and none of them involve me. Just buckle up. Whatever you think that means, it's 10 times worse. He's a monster. Jeffree Star had sent me a voice note. Now, in that voice memo was when he basically said to me that James Charles was a point-blank period, and he said, it's far from over. Gage got out safe. Then he sent me a picture and said his eyes are so dead, it's haunting. James isn't a real, normal, thinking human being. It's scary. He said, Shane and I feel like this weekend something bad is going to happen with all of this. James is playing with so much fire right now. Why does Shane and you feel like that? And he said, done. I just beheaded him with one tweet.
So he went from banning James Charles to publicly tweeting how much he misses James to bashing James to filth in a drama channel private conversation. Then, of course, Tati uploaded her Bye Sister video, and on May 11th, he congratulated Tati 3 times on getting all of these millions of subscribers. On May 12th, Jeffree Star tweeted that James was actually a danger to society and that Tati was 100% right. So this is important to remember for later because he said that Tati was 100% right. Then on May 18th, he of course uploaded his notorious Snapchat rant in which he basically threatened to expose James Charles and that he was further confirming that James was a danger to society.
I'm about to drop the most jaw-dropping statement. 1 second. So that was when he went on the Snapchat rant after he sent the Predator tweet.
I got a little derailed by Miss James Charles uploading a very manipulative, weird video of just calculation, girl. I didn't want to have to upload a video. I didn't want this to continue, but when someone comes for you and lies on your name, it's unacceptable. There's so many lies in this video. A lot of people are, what do we believe? You're gonna know what to believe when I really show you the facts, okay? There's screenshots, there's a lot of things that were not presented correctly. I didn't want to have to do this, but I will have to respond to this, and I will show you guys things that I'm sure he never wanted to come to light, but here we are.
Then on May 19th, Jeffree Star uploaded this video called Never Doing This Again, and he apologized to James and his brother for calling his brother out, and he agreed to move on from the situation. Now, if you guys forgot, Jeffree Star literally called out James Charles' underage brother Ian on Twitter publicly.
And I definitely think I mishandled our friendship. James Charles' brother, Ian, I sent a very mean tweet to him when I fully didn't understand what he was even referring to. So Ian, I just want to let you know I am so sorry for ever sending that tweet. If I could take it back, I would, and say that I do regret sending those tweets. I'm done. I am done with the tea, with the drama, and I don't want to be involved in anyone's situations anymore. This was a huge wake-up call.
Then on September 12th, so this is a few months later, he randomly unfollows Tati and got really angry when someone pointed it out. At Jeffree Star, you unaware that you're not following at Glam Life Guru on Insta. Feel like this is a mistake because you're following her here. Jeffree Star then responded with, "The planet is dying. Who the cares who I'm following on an iPhone app? Let's get our priorities back to what matters. Stop trying to fish for drama that's not there."
Maybe he didn't
So
want to see her
remember
face
when
no
I
more.
told you to remember that Tati
he
was
thought her posts were
100%
boring.
right, and now he's already backtracking and calling out people who were just merely stating that he stopped following Tati Westbrook.
Why
Then
do
on
y'all be
September
keeping up
15th,
with
he
people's
mentions
follows?
James
That's
Charles in his
weird.
Dollar General video, and he was basically hinting at the copied palette of Wet n Wild. Now, of course, this is not something that was shady or tea or anything.
Hello. Oh, they got Wet n Wild. I wonder if they have the new James Charles palette. Okay, they have LA Color.
It is interesting to note that right after he unfollowed Tati, he then immediately starts to call out James' name again. He knew that people would call on to this and that it would be turned into a story. Then on September 25th, Shane dropped the teaser for the Shane x Jeffree series and showing the Tati and James drama.
Shane's face.
Now, of course, this
They
was
watch
Shane
it
who
like-
uploaded this, but Jeffree Star,
like
of
the
course,
world
knew
is
that this was
ending.
going
This
to
is so
happen, and they
dramatic.
basically included a lot of the snippets that happened during this time. Which is interesting because on May 19th, Jeffree Star said that he was going to move on from the situation and not address it further.
On my end, I'm not talking about this anymore.
Then on September 25th, which is a half a year later, Jeffree Star is here using the drama again in his series with Shane Dawson.
Also, the other thing that I found really interesting was on May 12th, he said, asking Shane now if he screenshotted the #1 trending. YouTube removed it after a few hours. Why would he text me that? And why would Shane need that? I mean, was it for his documentary? See, that's the other thing that kind of I have questions about.
So we go over a lot of months. Christmas happened, everyone was chilling, no one was angry. But then on March 22nd, something weird happened again. Jeffree Star decided to compliment James Charles, saying he killed it per usual in his response to James's collab with Charli D'Amelio. This collaboration was very successful. It got over 20 million views, and Jeffree Star quote tweeted Charli D'Amelio and saying that James was doing an amazing job. Which is literally crazy because literally a month later, he goes on a podcast with Keemstar saying that James is still a danger to society, and Jeffree Star claims that he has proof that James Charles is still predatory and that he's going to play it to Keemstar behind the scenes.
If you want, we can pause and I can go in another room and play
This is
Banks
crazy.
what I have on my phone, and he can determine if he would have sent the same tweet. At the end of the day, I'm not going to out a victim of James Charles. Okay.
Yeah, we
If it's
so-
real, because I don't know if it's real, and I'll go
Listen,
into the other room and play it
these
for you.
He also mentioned that Tati never should have uploaded her video and that it was all her fault.
Because everyone wants to make me like, you ruined James Charles' career. No, Tati did and uploaded a 40-minute video about him, and she should have never uploaded that.
Yeah, that's why.
But she did.
Because like I told you, remember on May 12th, he said that Tati was 100% right. Also in this podcast, Jeffree Star is saying that James Charles thinks that Shane and Jeffree started the drama and that they manipulated Tati into making this video.
And for some reason, James thinks that me and Shane tried to ruin his life and orchestrated the whole thing. Like we fucking care. I am done with the tea.
Just beheaded him with one tweet.
Just like cursing James out.
That asking Shane now if he screenshotted the #1 trending.
Like we fucking care.
Jeffree Star claims that it's actually Tati's
Sound like y'all
fault.
care to me.
This is especially contradictory because he told drama channel Ashley Kyle that a lot of stuff was going to be exposed.
He goes on to say, Manny 2.0 calling it now, wait for someone to upload their video on James this week. You're gonna gag. And then on May 10th, when Tati's video finally came out, he texted me and said, I'm so glad the truth is finally out. It's so deep and dark.
So why are you saying on April 29th that a lot of stuff is going to get exposed, but then literally a year later you say that you basically had no involvement when you clearly had a very big involvement in this drama? Now on June 18th, he uploaded a Snapchat story saying that he was, again, never going to address the situation and that he was done with the tea and exposing people.
I've been in a lot of bull. I've been in a lot of drama. After last year, I uploaded a video called Never Doing This Again.
If you are done with the tea and you're never doing this again, why were you on Keemstar's podcast on April 28th again dragging James Charles? It makes no sense to me. Anyways, that's the tea for today.
I'm convinced at this point that these people do these things on purpose because they want to keep, you know, buzz around their name. They want to stay, you know, super relevant and super visible. And even though, you know, he is already relevant, he's already doing well, I feel like they get off on them being like the topic of discussion, you know, like they get off on being like a part of the current tea, and ooh, everybody's talking about them and tweeting them and saying, you know, ooh, did you hear about Jeffree doing this or James? So, you know, it's like, I don't know how I feel about all this at this point, honestly. I feel like a lot of this is orchestrated, if you ask me. But, you know, sure, I guess. We'll see as more tea comes out what ends up happening with all these people. This is a hot-ass mess. Y'all let me know what y'all thought, though. Let me know what other videos you want me to react to, and I'll see you in the next time.